This week, our book of the week is a little different. I need to preface it by saying this is the kind of book that if you're not capable of reading and processing things from people you might disagree with, might not be the book for you. This book is called Propaganda Wars, How the Global Elite Control What You See, Think, and Feel by Beck and Justin Haskins. Here's the thing. Glenn Beck is not a Christian. He likes to talk a lot about God, and he'll mention the Bible or Jesus, but he is not a Christian. He is, in fact, a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Mormonism, which worships a different God and different Jesus than the one in the Bible. He has provocative, at times, political views. My recommendation of this book on the Book of the Week list is not an endorsement of his theology or of his politics. The content of this book has to do with information, how it is received, how it is processed, and the way that people in positions of power and institutions use information and those avenues of information to misinform and mislead people and society. So while there may be some other things in the book on his political views and things you may not want to buy into, that's not the point that I'm saying this is the book of the week. The fact is, there is a lot of information that flies around out there. Terms like misinformation and disinformation and conspiracy theory and that kind of thing gets thrown around in our culture seemingly at light speed, and it's just all over the place. So how do you know what actually is the truth? How can you tell between good reporting and propaganda? How do you know when someone's trying to mislead you and what news sources you can trust and what information to believe out there in the public sphere? That's what this book does. It walks through examples of misleading that has taken place, how those things worked, and then how you can filter out and kind of gauge whether or not a news source or an information source is trustworthy or to be believed. And so if that's something that you think you would like to know, this book does that well. Again, I will say, he is a provocative figure in our culture, both for his theological and political things. That's not the point of this. If you can read that and just kind of, eat the meat and spit out the bones, that's great. But the things he has to line out about testing information and what is to be believed or not, really good stuff. So, Propaganda Wars by Glenn Beck and Justin Haskins.
That little church on Liberty Hill, come praise the Lord, let your cup be filled. Raise your voices and we'll sing, let God's freedom ring from that little church on Liberty.